Hello, true duelists. My name's Craig Fee, and as always, welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update. It's Friday, September 20th when I release this video, and you know what that means. The 2024 Dueling Mirrors Megatins have been released, and since they are now out, I can talk about them with impunity. By which I mean I can talk about them without risk of being banned from competitive play because there were no leaks and they definitely didn't happen. Even though they did, we just weren't allowed to talk about them. Thank God for the week-long delay between updates, am I right, gamers? Yes, that's right, Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Konami company at large decided not to take advantage of multiple of their creators being all in Seattle for Worlds 2 weeks ahead of the drop of the tins to promote them and get the openings going as maybe filler content between Worlds. No, they instead decided to do absolutely nothing. Impressive. Remember, folks, it's not about making sense, it's about making dollars. So yes, the tins are out, and as always, there's a debate about whether or not they're worth it. They come with all the most desirable reprints that you could want from the past year. Wanted, SP Little Knight, Imseti, Thrust, Rollback, Bonfire, Dissipator, Earth Chaos Angel. So many cards that you want. And of course they come with the other things, like the 380 cards in the set that you don't want. And the rarity distribution on these things is beyond stupid. If you haven't seen one of the case openings as of yet, don't you worry. It is as bad as we feared, if not worse. Of the various cases or just early tins that Konami's chosen content creators and YouTubers in general that got earlier than I did have put up, I've seen I think 2 SP Little Knights pulled and maybe like 3 copies of Thrust, which is out of like at least 40 tins, so you're talking 3 cases minimum. That's the coolest part of watching the 2024 Megatin openings, of course, is that you don't see the cards you want to pull, you instead see so many sparkly gadget cards that you almost forget Konami tanked the value of Starlight Rare Exodias, because no rarity can truly be a collector's item. It's almost impressive how badly the tins are being received by and large, with the overwhelming majority of people commenting on how awful they seem in terms of their value. Konami expects you to pay $20 for these things, and that's for the common bulk that you already got, and more quarter-century secret rare copies of Utopia doubles. More of those than I ever thought would be possible. And that's not even getting into the inclusion of things like Trident Dragon after the World season, and now that the deck that plays it and made it expensive has had a card hit on the ban list, or the random ass reprints that we did happen to get. Because did you know there are Vanquish Soul cards in here? Only 5 of them for some reason, or 4 Centurion cards, which, while cool in theory, because they're all here, they're all in the Prismatic Secret Rare slot. So you have incredibly low odds of getting them since there are 100 Prismatic Secret Rares in the set, but only 1 per pack, meaning 3 out of 100 in a tin. That's just so cool. And when you see the fact that the Valiant Smasher archetype Centurion is in this, you might think, wow, well maybe there are at least some Valmonica reprints for me to get. And if you thought that, then you thought like an idiot, because there are none. And there's only a single Memento card, that being the Field Spell, printed as a common, as opposed to its initial printing, which was a common. Thanks, Konami. I'm glad Bone Party can still be fucking expensive. So cool, man. Very happy. It comes down to the math. As mentioned earlier, each pack only gets 1 quarter-century secret rare, 1 prismatic secret, and 3 ultras, accompanied by 8 commons. That's coming from a total pool of 50 quarter-century secret rares in total, 100 prismatic secrets, 150 ultras, and 100 commons in the set. So the odds of you pulling one of the 100 prismatic secret rares are the lowest of anything in there, which is crazy because that's all the fucking desirable ones, isn't it? 3 out of 100. So that's right, gang, only 3 cases for you to have, you know, the majority of all secret rares, as long as we pretend that there isn't blatant short printing in every goddamn tin we get. I haven't seen them yet, but I'm waiting for those cool pictures of the poor people at stores who have been opening cases to get their singles to sell, and then we see a stack of 400 cards tall for all the multiple copies of fucking time-tearing Morganite, and then the like 14 Little Knights, because Konami's just that kind to us. Really just makes you want to spend money, doesn't it? They're out now and you can purchase them. They're $20 if you want to waste that money, and you can buy yourself a case for like $100 in like a year probably, if the 2023 tins are anything to go by, assuming you want to have the gambling experience of collecting the largest landfill collection of metal scrap tins that you get once per year. That's cool. And what's funny there is, like, at least the 2023 tins had decent odds on things like the Runic Engine or Bestials or Fenrir, whereas these tins have a Link Spider, but sparkly. Fucking A. In some more copium news, the next core set to be released in the game has had its name revealed this week, with Alliance Insight being the white set of the infamous coloring pattern for sets. That's right, folks, just 4 more sets after this one before the Infernoble Knight gets its 3rd wave of support. Hooray! Of course, there's endless speculation as to what this set will have in it, such as the fact that Duelist Alliance also had Alliance in the name, so maybe Duelist Alliance decks will be getting support. It makes sense, especially when you ignore the fact that in the OCG, Duelist Alliance was named Duelist Advent. Or some people are saying that since the initials for this set are A and I, it's support for AI, Ad Ignister. There's no clue, it's wild speculation, and we won't know until we get the reveals from this set, which we aren't even done getting reveals from the Supreme Darkness, because that set isn't even out in the OCG yet. So maybe hope for Duelist Alliance players and fans, or maybe the Towers Turbo deck will be getting support. But above all, maybe the cards from this set will bring a more enjoyable format and save us from the relentless doom that the last few months have given us. Could you imagine? I can't. The set will be dropping on January 25th, 2025 in the OCG, and won't be in the TCG until probably April. But if not the August set, I lost track, I'm not gonna lie. So as with all OCG products, you can enjoy the experience of hurrying up and waiting until we get them here in the TCG. And speaking of the OCG, the October ban list for the OCG will be revealed on September 23rd for everyone to see what changes they'll be making to the game to fix its many problems. As discussed in last week's update, there is some amount of sentiment in OCG community that things need to improve for the game, not the least of which includes the OCG's slow hitting of problem decks or cards. Remember when they put SP Little Knight to 2? Thank God they saved the format with that one, huh? Fiendsmith is still strong in the OCG, the Azamina cards do let Snake Eye continue to exist despite Snake Eye's hits, and Ryzeak, the rank 4 turbo deck, has taken a strong hold on the metagame over there. So ideally, those decks could be addressed in some capacity. But then again, SP Little Knight to 2, so who knows? There's also the cool detail about Ryzeak being a strong threat in the OCG, with some players even arguing that it's becoming a tier 0 threat. And by cool, I of course mean, please God, no. When the cards were revealed, I actually initially found them to be very boring and underwhelming, and my arrogance was immediately checked because they've since received a field spell that offers them a negate, and then there's the Tachyon support card that functions as a Rhoda for them as well, and they can also play Shifter, and the fact that each one can effectively get out another level 4 Ryzeak in some capacity has made it a very consistent deck, because it's just rank 4 turbo, and while I find that boring as shit, it does offer the negate with their field spell plus Rafflesia to make Gravedigger's Trap Hole live on your turn to protect from hand traps, as well as annoying rank 4 tools like Abyss Dweller or Baguska. And that's without even mentioning that on their follow-up turn, they can still have access to Zeus. So like, I get it. It's not the most inspiring deck, but it is a good one. And while I have no issue having been wrong about thinking the deck would be bad, can we please not? Like, I'm fine with the deck being better than I expected, but do we need another tier 0? Yes, it's different at least from Snake Eye, but it seems to me like it's still 1-card combos and endless hand traps, and I don't feel like that's the step in the right direction, but maybe that's just me. I don't like doom posting. I do want to try and find some things to be more positive about as I write these fucking updates and try and make jokes, and I love being a sarcastic ass, but that's a lot easier for people to handle when there's at least other perspectives and not everyone's just being a doomer and a sarcastic ass. Everyone's just cramping on my style, you know? I'm truly the one suffering the most here. I have nothing unique going on is the point I'm making, and I don't think that this will be tier 0 in the TCG, or at least I hope not, but can't we just get another format a little bit more like Duelist Nexus for just a couple weeks maybe? Like, can we not just be run down by another 1-card combo, 18 hand traps right away? Just give us a pocket of a little bit of a mutt format. It doesn't have to be super diverse. You can just have like 4 decks that are all, you know, toss 2, deuces, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I just would like I would like that. A man can dream. But hey, Alliance Insight. Maybe the next set will give us more of what we want, huh? That's all the hope we have, so I'm running with it. And so that wraps it up for this week's update. As always, I've been your host, Craig Fee. Thanks for watching, and feel free to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Not only will you be impressing your smoking Italian wife, but you'll immediately become a true duelist. And what two things could be more important than that?